Hi everyone, welcome you all to my channel Great Life Academy. If you have not yet subscribed, you can subscribe to us. Today we're going to read chapter 5 of your civic education textbook in English medium. Okay, chapter 5 is the last chapter of your syllabus. We have read all the 4 chapters so far. Okay, let's start. Chapter 5. Topic: Conflict resolution in a democratic society. Dispute is a term often heard and spoken in daily usage. It is prevalent in every society. It is a result of diversity. Diversity in human is expressed through disputes. Variety of individual aims, needs and aspirations create conflicts. Diversity is based on language, caste, religion and territories. Consequently, conflicts among individuals and states occur. Disputes bring about both destructive and constructive results. Disputes bring about both destructive and constructive results. In the process of social development, conflicts can be taken as a constructive and a creative force. For example, an unresolved problem or a series of problems is given expression in this manner. Next topic: individual's mind, which leads to conflict. Under that, a conflict originates due to dissent in the mind of an individual. As a result, the individual is inclined to uncommon behavior like unrest, tension, sudden anger, intolerance, use of harsh language, unruly behavior or assault, unless such conflicting mental conditions are settled soon, and if continued, it can end in mental illness. Individuals who evince such behavior can cause disputes within the family, between families, in the society and within institutions. As it is detrimental to the individual and society, a solution should be sought at the beginning. Since the conflict occurs as a result of the mindset of the individual, the elimination or the minimization of a conflict can bring about mental peace. Next topic: directions to create mental peace. 1. Turn to religious activities. 2. Engage in psychological exercises. 3. Counseling. 4. True observation of natural environment. Next topic: basic reasons for conflicts. The triangular struggle conflicts model of Joban Galton is useful to study about conflicts. It says A as behavior, B as contest, C as attitudes. A behavior, B contest, C attitudes. The contest here is the background to the conflict. Conflicts occur with the connections based on the desires of the relevant parties. Hence, the contest explains the social, economic and political environment responsible for the conflict. Attitudes are the psychological factors on which conflicts develop. It is due to true or wrong beliefs of both the parties. Violent conflicts are caused by misconceptions among participants. Mental states such as fear, suspicion, disappointment and hatred do occur in minds. The final result is the conflict due to aggressive attitudes. Behavior related to conflicts is multifaced. It can be helpful or forceful. Forceful behavior can be aggressive or destructive. Next topic: parties involved in conflicts. Within the individual, among individuals, among communities, among countries. Next, reasons for conflicts. 1. Different role models. 2. Different ideas. 3. Occurrence of disturbances. 4. Mentalities. 5. Disappointments. 6. Limitations. Next topic: types of conflicts. Conflicts can be identified by their nature when studying about the types of conflicts. According to the following diagram, they can be studied broadly under two main areas such as internal conflicts and international conflicts. Individuals conflicts. Conflicts originated due to internal and external reasons of an individual. Next, between two individuals. Conflicts between two persons due to different ideas, attitudes and differences. Next, within the family. Conflicts between husband and wife, parents, children due to various reasons. Next, among groups, conflicts caused by differences of opinion on communal, religious, caste and tribal differences. Next, within a state, rebellion and terrorist activities caused by policies and political opinions. Next, between two states, conflicts of opinion on frontiers, sharing resources and political reasons. Next, among several countries, conflicts that occur on political opinion, economic, social reasons and power struggle. Next topic, internal conflicts. Personal and social conflicts among the people of a country can be categorized as internal conflicts. These can be categorized as universal and intricate conflicts. For example, the conflicts which are of national level or wider level can be called universal conflicts. The conflicts among communities, religions, and national trade unions can be cited as examples. Examples of intricate conflicts are the mental conflicts caused in an individual due to disappointment, family conflicts, economic problems, domestic violence, and land disputes. Not only individual level reasons, but national level reasons also affect these conflicts. It is obvious that individual conflicts cannot be solved without solving national level conflicts and vice versa. In solving conflicts, individual and national level relations have to be taken into serious consideration. Next topic, international conflicts. Under that, conflicts between countries are called international conflicts. They are of two kinds. One, conflicts of opinions. Two, military conflicts. Under that, political, social and economic differences create differences of opinion and they are called conflicts of opinions. The conceptual conflict of capitalist and socialist camps, Western and Eastern cultures and Christian countries of the West and the Middle Eastern Islamic countries can be cited as examples. Resources, economic benefits and expansion of powers are the reasons behind international conflicts. The final outcome of an international conflict is war. This situation is to be seen at global and territorial level and between countries. The First and Second World Wars were extremely gruesome. Millions of human lives were destroyed and the loss of property and environmental damage was terrible. Though there is no wars of global level, there are many wars between several countries. The wars between Israel and Palestine, Indo-Pakistan, the war against Syria, Afghanistan, Libya, Turkey by America and the European community can be indicated as examples. Next topic, roots of conflicts. Under that, communal feeling, political ideologies, religious ideologies, socio-economic problems can be cited as main roots of conflicts. It is represented by the diagram below. Roots of conflicts. 1. Ethnicity. 2. Politics. 3. Religious concepts. 4. Socio-economic condition. Ethnicity. Under that, number 1. Caste. Example, tribal conflicts between Tutsis and Hutus of Rwanda. Number 2. Tribes. Number 3. Physical nature. Apartheid in South Africa. Number 4. Social strata. Next one, political. Under that, number 1. Frontiers. Example, Israel-Palestine conflict. Number 2. Expansion of power. Western capitalist conflict with Russia. Next one, social economic status. Under that, number 1. Poverty. Conflict between Somalia and Ethiopia. Number 2. Market. Example, imposition of economic embargo. Number 3. Resources. Conflict in the Middle East. Next one, social economic status. Under that, sectoral conflicts, Irish War, between religions, War of the Cross. Next topic, methods of conflict resolution. The resentment and contradictory ideas of individuals primarily create disputes. Such situations can be settled at the outset, avoiding conflict. For this, individuals and various parties can follow many methods. Democratic action can be cited as the best method in conflict resolution. Taking decisions, listening to the voice of both parties is meant by this. This is important in the case of an individual, family, nation, or international area as well. Being insensitive to a conflict of opinion which exists in an individual or among a group of people can lead to a dispute. By ensuring a good communication with the relevant parties, the eruption of violence can be prevented. Conflict resolution is important because the results of conflicts can be unhealthy for the individual as well as society. Conflicts in society appear in different shapes and levels. Understanding the present situation of a conflict is of paramount importance in conflict resolution. As such, various suitable methods need to be studied. The important methods which can be used are discussion, bargaining and conciliation, mediation, peaceful settlement, arbitration, inquiry and counseling. Next topic, discussion. Under that, the basic methods of conflict resolution is discussion. The parties who were instrumental in the conflict find a resolution after coming to a table directly or by way of third-party discussions. The parties succeed in coming to win-win situations. Next topic, aspects of discussion. Under that, number 1, coming to a settlement by way of discussions. Number 2, personal or confidential environment. Number 3, instant solutions. Number 4, minimum cost. Number 5, informal structure. Number 6, win-win for both parties. Next topic, opportunities where discussion can be utilized. Number 1, personal disputes. Number 2, family disputes. Number 3, property disputes. Number 4, institutional disputes. Number 5, inter-institution disputes. Number 6, disputes within and among countries. Next topic, bargaining and amicable settlement. This method is in use to solve democratically the problems that arise between employee and employer. The related parties come to a resolution on their demands. In this process, the parties demonstrate their opposition whenever they disagree. Ultimately, both the parties agree on certain decisions considering their demands and resolve the conflicts. In industrial conflicts, state labor conflicts, trade unions, discussion, and bargaining methods are used. Next topic, aspects of bargaining. Number 1, a teamwork. Number 2, existence of employer-employee both parties. Number 3, discussion at the discussion table. Number 4, mutual agreement. Number 5, formal process. Number 6, related to service conditions and wages. Number 7, bargaining commences from demands. Number 8, bargaining ends in an agreement. Next topic, mediation. Under that, mediation is used in helping two persons to communicate or two countries to settle a dispute when the discussion method has failed. These are mediation sans war. Professional mediators, a specialist in conflict resolution, the relevant parties of the conflict and external parties can be used as mediators. Next topic, facts to be considered when selecting a mediator. Number 1, an unbiased individual accepted by both parties. Number 2, who has a thorough knowledge of the conflict. Number 3, a person who does not force his own decisions and solutions on the parties. Number 4, who does not influence either party. Number 5, who directs parties towards a solution acceptable to both parties. Number 6, meets both parties separately in instances where they cannot meet directly and communicate between both parties. Final one, directs towards flexible solutions and arrives at win-win solutions. Next topic, qualities of a mediator. A good listener, fidelity, dedication, honesty, unbiased nature, moderation, observation and creativity. Next topic, opportunities to use mediation. Number 1, family disputes, example domestic violence. Number 2, consumer and trade disputes, example regarding goods produced below the standard. Number 3, disputes between tenants and the house owners, example regarding removal of tenants. Number 4, employers-employee disputes, example regarding wages and overtime payments. Number 5, adult boards, example regarding disputes between all parents and children. Number 6, conflicts between nations. Number 7, conflicts among countries. Next on, conciliation. Topic, conciliation. Under that, conciliation is the intervention or mediation in a conflict or disagreement. It is not a final settlement. Conciliator may be an individual or a group. It is meant to settle disputes by discussing with the opposite sides. Conciliation is useful when both parties are in neither win nor lose positions. The conciliator may take part to settle the dispute on a request by one of the parties or someone else. Next topic, role of the conciliator. Number 1, induce the opposite parties to a discussion. 2. Take the initiative to explain the underlying reasons for the conflict. 3. Raise a direct or indirect discussion regarding the reasons of the conflict. 4. Try to reduce the gap and the differences between the opposite parties. 5. Suggest a program to enter into agreements. Under that, the Conciliatory Council has been established as a legal entity by the Ministry of Justice to conciliate. It directs settlement of conflicting situations, minor offences, family disputes, before taking them to court. Many such conciliatory councils have been established at regional level. Next topic, opportunities for using conciliation. 1. Settlement of family disputes. 2. Settle labor disputes. 3. Settle disputes among groups of people. 4. Disputes concerning public property. 5. Settlement of minor offences, insult, warning, and damage to property. Next topic, arbitration. Under that, arbitration is a process which is useful in settling a dispute by a mediator with the consent of the parties. The special person who is selected for the purpose is the arbitrator. The arbitrator listens to the problems and questions, and finally the correct party is explained. Although both parties are supposed to find solutions, the outstanding feature is the win-lose situation. Next topic, qualities of an arbitrator. Gives good hearing, unbiased stand, balanced presence, takes correct decisions, creativity and observation, ability to explain clearly and meaningfully, equity. Next topic, chances of using arbitration. Number 1, settling industrial disputes. Number 2, disputes of wages and rights. Number 3, employer disputes. Number 4, disciplinary inquiries. Number 5, disputes of finance. Next topic, inquiry. Under that, inquiry is a traditional method of conflict resolution. A court of law or a parallel body advises the relevant parties to the conflict to come to a settlement at first, and if it fails, the dispute is settled by legal inquiry. The verdict of the judiciary is final, and the loser can appeal to a higher court of law. Next topic, aspects of inquiry. Number 1, both parties cannot refrain from coming to the discussion. Number 2, the defendant should appear in court. Number 3, giving evidence. Legal inquiry is formal. Number 4, both parties have freedom to give evidence, argue and cross-examine. Number 5, verdict is given according to the law. Number 6, the court decision is final and both parties are bound by it. Number 7, ability to appeal. Number 8, the loser should pay the costs of litigation. Next topic, build in a compromise. Under that, both parties of the conflict are brought to a compromise by a third party in this process. Both parties sign an agreement to certify the settlement of the dispute and control instances of conflicts. The particular feature is a contribution of a third party to observe the implementation of the agreement. Okay, next topic, chances of settling disputes by compromise. Number 1, family disputes. Number 2, employer-employee disputes. Number 3, disputes with neighbors. Number 4, disputes between institutions. Number 5, disputes among peers. Next topic, counseling. Under that, counseling is the facilitation and direction given by a third party to settle the conflicts between two parties or among individuals. Here, directing the parties for alternative settlements, making them aware of the consequences and directing them to mitigate the conflicts are done. Next topic, qualities a citizen should possess in settling disputes. There are a lot of qualities to be developed personally and socially to overcome the challenges aimed at a person. Facing disputes is one such challenge. The following qualities given in the chart should be developed. Personal traits. Self-awareness, patience, kindness and clemency, creative thinking, happiness, innocence, sensitivity, effective communication, endurance, effective decision making. Social traits a person should have. Under that, respect others' opinion, fulfillment of duties, justice, tolerate victory and defeat, respect others, generosity, interpersonal relations, listening, empathy. Advantages of peaceful resolution of conflicts. It's a diagram. I'll read from top to bottom. preventing loss of life, preventing loss of resources and property, protection of fundamental and human rights, reduction of mental tension, enhancement of personal mentality, protection of self-respect, protection of peace and security, political stability, economic stability, national integrity, prosperity of the country. So we have come to the end of chapter 5 and end of your syllabus. That is grade 10 civic education English medium. Thank you for listening and keep in touch with us for more videos